Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Oaks White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. Speaking of bringing consumers and farmers together, we've got one of the first surveys of food prices for 2017, and it's something of a mixed basket.
The Spring American Farm Bureau Marketbasket survey has both good news and bad news. As TWILA's Neil Melancon tells us, it all depends on what's on your plate and in your shopping cart.
It's never a good idea to go grocery shopping while you're hungry because you'll always buy more than you need. And it's also not a good idea because if you want to find bargains, you need to take the time to shop around. This year, though, it's a little easier. According to the latest American Farm Bureau Marketbasket survey, prices are down about 6% this year over last. Taking a look at some of the survey offerings, a lot of meat and poultry products were down from last year. Eggs leading the charge downwards, a whopping 41% off from this time last year to $1.32 a dozen. As you see here, two big beef products, sirloin tip roast and ground chuck, were both off double digits from last year. Still, those prices are pretty high, and livestock prices are coming back up in 2017. Chicken prices are down 6% to $3.17 a pound. With a lot of beef and poultry prices in the same kind of price range, it's hard for consumers to find a lot in the way of bargains based on the type of meat. Still, shop around, and staple items like oat cereal and flour are both down. That's good news if you like to cook at home, but it doesn't really affect restaurant prices too much. Now, some prices are up from 2016. Bag salad is up 6% from last year. We'll have more on why on that in a minute. Staples like white bread and whole milk were up slightly as well, with dairy prices continuing to come back up from some sharp lows we saw 2 years ago. The total bill for the spring market basket was right at $50, down $3.25 from 2016. That said, prices for the first quarter of 2017 are up. And remember that higher price for bag salad? Well, here at Fresh Pickens in Baton Rouge, they've been hit hard by surging prices in produce this year.
Because of growing gaps and weather conditions in California, we've seen triple, quadruple pricing. Lettuce has reached up to $50 a case, where it's normally in the upper teens, $20 a box. Cauliflower, broccoli, all of those California-grown vegetables have been significantly higher.
Prices don't seem to have changed consumer habits one way or the other quite yet. Fresh Pickens consumer Rebecca Hinton said for her, it's all about getting good quality for her young family.
The produce is significantly better, so I mean, we think the quality is a lot better. It's just better quality.
I think for many shoppers, it just doesn't feel like prices are down, and that is thanks to our friend Sticky Prices. See, even though farm commodity prices are down, as well as oil prices, we've still had grocery store prices that are near those record highs we saw a couple years ago. Now, that's for two reasons. One, stores tend to buy in bulk ahead of time, and two, when some things are higher and others lower in cost, the stores will level those prices out so you don't see as much in savings. And guys, I think this really illustrates something that Russell Saya said, which is that he gets a lot of his produce from California. And when they've had supply issues, the prices have gone sharply higher. So what happens when all of our food supply is dependent on other countries? It just goes to show, I think it's going to be magnified. And I think we really just have to support our farmers local and across the country.
Well, this is a Farm Bill year, so it's very important that we keep that in mind and make sure that we hold our farmers up.
There's nothing wrong with trade. It's just that when other countries aren't practicing the sort of free trade that we practice here between our states and that sort of thing, our farmers can't compete on an unlevel playing field. It's just something we're going to have to look out for and just save those farmers no matter what.
You know, you're a brave man. You went back to doing a grocery store prices story, and Kristen's right over here. I can't think of how many times she regretted your life because of that.
I was going to scold you because I told you not to come back here with this negative news.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not entirely negative. A year over year, we are lower, and it may stay that way, especially with these lower farm commodity prices.
But not avocados. Avocados are way high right now.
Blame California, not me.
Whatever you say, Neil.
Thank you very much, Neil Melancon.